Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you haven't had your sister's new boyfriend smash that subscribe button, go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the following patrons: AI Vega, Fio, Claudia, Miguel, John Wick, Let Our Actions Lead Others to Christ, Big Bad 48, Nova, Jack, Linda, Michigan Wolverines, the homie Marius, Chevelle 66, Abuelita's Journey, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You are definitely missing out. This episode right here is going to be my experience, knowledge with adrenaline, dopamine, and that rush you get from being in the mix, right? As they say. So as you guys know by now, I did serve in Iraq from the year 2004 to the year 2005, right? It was a 13-month deployment. Fair to say enough combat, right? You got car bombs, IEDs, roadside bombs, ambushes, mortars, incoming rockets. That'll get your blood going, right? Follow suit by a career with the California Department of Corrections as an officer, sergeant, and lieutenant. That lasted 16 years. That'll get your blood going, right? Wow. Man, your boy was tired. Tired, to say the least, right? Because don't get it twisted. You can have people, wasn't even going to talk about this, but I'm thinking about it right now. You can have people that have worked in both those situations and kind of just had it easy, so to say, right? Easier than others, right? That is kind of what it is as far as that. So, what is it? What did it feel like? How did it affect you, Hector? Well, I'm glad you asked. The anxiety, right, prior to getting into something, spiking up, the revving of an engine, so to say, right? My mind was revved up, right? And I had to go back and look at this in hindsight, because while I was going through it, your boy was just going through it. I didn't know what was happening. Just felt like I was losing my mind, right? What is happening here? ¿Qué está pasando aquí? Right? So, I think I have a story about that. So, when it cracked off, getting shot at, getting blown up, that spike of adrenaline, right? It's referred to as a fight or flight syndrome, right? Now, the way I'm speaking on this can be in any circumstance where that part of the brain is activated, right? You can be a victim of a sexual assault. You can be in a riot at work. You can be an inmate in a riot, like an inmate participating in a stabbing as a suspect or as a victim. Like, this is what is bringing that on, right? It's that kind of survival. Our brains are really designed for for a means to survive, right? Our brains are not designed to just lay down and die. So that takes its toll, right? Those of us that have felt the adrenaline rush and then the adrenaline dump afterwards, right? The dump, you'll be up here. You'll be peaking, right? Because your body is doing what it has to do. It is providing blood to the vital organs, to your limbs, right? So you can use them, or your legs, so you can take off running, right? It's a trip how all that stuff works, right? And if you guys didn't already know, it's just knowledge for the masses. So you come down, right? Coming down in essence. So it's a lot of this, right? Especially if you're in something for a prolonged period of time. It doesn't have to be prolonged. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure one simple traumatic event, anything, a car accident, anything, and I'll reiterate, no, you did not have to be in a physical military war zone to have PTSD. That's not what PTSD is. It's post-traumatic stress disorder, right? Any trauma at all. So don't downplay your trauma and understand that, hey, you may be experiencing some of these symptoms. The dopamine, right, chemical released in your brain, the feel good chemical. This is what got me in a lot of trouble coming back from Iraq. I was chasing that same adrenaline or that feeling that I had encountered, endured while I was in Iraq. Things that I would do to try to chase that: drink excessively, use drugs. That's also known as self-medication, right? It's good to be aware of all of that. Drive my truck extremely fast, right? Always past the 100 thing, right? Because that was exhilarating to me. That was giving me, okay, like, cool, I feel comfortable in here. It's giving me the dopamine that I need, right? Hooking up with girls I probably should not have had been hooking up with. What do you mean, Hector? Hookers? No, that's not what I'm saying. I mean, like, save the drama for your baby mama, right? Just save the drama. Oh, man. Just, right? But, hey, nothing like getting hit over the head with a bottle, stabbed with a fork, right? Almost get hit by a car. Like, that'll do it for you, Hector. You want that dopamine? Ahí estás, cabrón. You're going to get it, right? So, here's your boy going through what on the outside probably looked like, damn, my boy right here lost his damn mind. Yep, ever since he came back from that war, he ain't been the same. Has not told a joke since. Well, here we go. I had to leave the department to gain my sense of humor back. Now I'm unstoppable. But that's another story for another time, right? Wow. Wow. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, right? So, that dopamine, it's also good to be aware and cautious of that, because you could just be chasing down that rabbit hole, right? Probably heroin addicts. I've never done heroin. I did get surgeries at the hospital where they give you that Dilaudid, and they say it's similar to that, but hey, that's another thing to be cautious about. Prescribed medication, Percocet, Vicodin. Your boy used to screw around with some Vicodin, let me tell you. All that kind of stuff, right? Now you're altering your brain to chase something. And in addicts and alcoholic, like myself, that is not good. That is not good. That will end that'll end badly. Trust me. I mean, it's been proven over again. Right? I'm getting really in depth into the way the brain works on this one, which is kind of cool. It's the first time I'm doing this, but I like it. Because I'm hoping to help other people that have been through it and trying to piece the puzzles back together, are currently going through it and trying to just see through the fog, right? Or somebody that has a loved one is looking at their loved one like, what is wrong with this individual? Well, nothing's wrong with them. They're simply going through what I just explained, right? That whole chemical imbalance, the chasing of the high, the chasing of the I don't want to say the lows, but the chasing of the highs, the chasing of the lows, right? It's a roller coaster. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. It's exhausting, right? So, I went out to dinner yesterday, and my wife was like, "Hey, how come you're being more like talkative? How come, like, certain people that you would avoid, situations that you would avoid, now you're like embracing them?" Like I said, because I don't have that. I don't have to look over my shoulder anymore. I don't have to. Like, yeah, being a correctional officer, sergeant, lieutenant, that was a profession. That was a profession where I clearly drew a line in the sand, like, hey, I'm not crossing this line. I'm a professional, this is that. But now, like, I'm also a realist, man. I'm a real individual. Like, hey, man, if I feel like good vibes, or if I feel like, hey, this person's cool, this person's down, like, and if I put myself in a bad position because I didn't properly think through and or I misjudge my judgment, that's my fault, right? But up until now, I'm cool. I am cool. I am chilling, right? This is cool. So take another, try to identify, hey, what is it in my life that is causing me immense stress, heartache, and disappointment, right? You can make a change. You could definitely make a change, right? This whole damn video is a message. Keep pushing forward.